What's up guys, we're back with another Albion online video, and today we're in the mists in the test server and we're going to be explaining the 3 new armor sets, the new artifacts and their skills and animations. So let's get to it. So as you can see from my inventory, there are 3 new armor sets. There's the plate armor set, the leather armor set and the cloth armor set, and each armor set has a new artifact that you can only get from the mists, if I remember correctly. And if you look at the dots, there's no longer 3 dots, there is now 4 dots. So that means the highest tier equipment is 8.4 instead of 8.3. So here's all the new artifacts, and if you look here, the highest item power will be 2159. This is with maxed out mastery and a masterpiece 8.4 piece of equipment. So let's start off with a plate set. We're going to start with a helm. It's called Elder's Duskweaver helmet, and the skill is called Spider's Thread. Combine up to 2 abilities. This combo resets after 3 seconds. The first thread: shoot a thread in a targeted direction, dealing 267 damage to the first enemy hit. Enemies who are not mounted will be slowed by 20% for 3 seconds. It ignores crowd control resistances, and hitting an enemy who is not mounted enables the next combo ability. The second: hunt prey, dash toward the enemy hit by the spider's thread. So that is the helmet. Now we're going to go with the Duskweaver armor, and the armor's ability is Mythical Web. Place a web within a 7-meter radius under your feet, lasting for 5 seconds, can't be interrupted, slows all enemies within it by 35%, purges all movement speed buffs. Placing a new web on the ground will dissolve all ally webs in a 20-meter radius around you. So having one in a party is good. Having multiple would seem counterintuitive, is what I'm going to say. And if you do look over here, there's like fights going on. People are dying like crazy. Next up, the Duskweaver boots. The boots ability is Crushing Charge. Dash towards a target position, can't be interrupted, knocking all enemies you pass through 34.34 meters in the charge direction. 34 meters is a lot. I think that's more than the Badon like E range. It also deals 400 damage, knocks back enemies that collide with the environment, will be stunned for 5.38 seconds. So this seems pretty strong, because if you can use it like Vayne's E in League of Legends, but you get movement speed. So we've equipped the items and we're going to see the animations. I'm just going to eat the omelette to get cooldown. So we're going to start off with the helm. We're going to shoot the spider's web, and then if you press D again, you teleport to the monster. And then if we press R, so this is the animation, and it purges and removes all their movement speed buffs. And finally, we're going to go with the charge. We're going to knock him back this way. So he hit the territory or the tree or the stone, and you can see he was stunned for a good 5 seconds. So we will test the abilities again. There we go. Now if we dash, let's see if we can knock him south. Yeah, so it looks pretty good for the melee. Like melee weapons are going to be really beneficial with this armor set, because it has a lot of gap closers and it has a lot of mobility. Next up, we have the leather armor set. Let's go with the hood. It's called the Mistwalker's hood. So the skill is called Immortal. Become immortal, making it impossible to drop below 1 health. Consumes 3% of your max energy each for 1 second. This ability can last up to 4 seconds, but can be deactivated earlier. So this looks like a Tryndamere, where you avoid dying and you can still deal damage and do everything, and you can deactivate it earlier if needed. Next up, it's the Mistwalker jacket, and the skill is Mist Cloud. Turning into a giant mist cloud within a 7-meter radius, granting immunity to all effects. Allies in the mist turn invisible. Attacking using an ability or interacting with an object will reveal yourself or your allies temporarily. The ability can last up to 7 seconds and can be deactivated earlier. And finally, the Mistwalker shoes. After image. Dash towards the targeted position, leaving an after image of yourself at your original position for 4 seconds. This ability can be recast once within 4 seconds to teleport back to the after image, move more than 32 meters away from the after image, and you will set the ability on cooldown. So it looks like a blink type ability. So we'll equip the armors and we'll test it out. Let's rescue this wisp as well. So one way to get Basilian standing, which is the new faction, is to release wisps that are captured. So let's just quickly do that. And if we release the contained wisp, you can see here we also get the new standing. The new standing is, if you scroll down here, the Basilian standing, and we currently have 6,000 out of 50,000, and I believe you need 50,000 to enter the city. So let's start with the jacket, which turns you into a mist. I gotta say the animation is like top tier. It's like cosmos, like you're looking into the cosmos type animation, like the stars and the clouds. So that was pretty dope. I don't have any allies to test it with, but I'm pretty sure it would work. Next up, we'll do the after image. So we're just gonna, oh, you can place the after image. So we'll press it again and it teleports you back to the same location. But, so you can blink. So dash towards, yes. So we'll try that again. So let's dash here, and then it's from your original position. Then if we press it again, we go back to our original position. It's like LeBlanc from League of Legends decoy ability. I can't remember what it's called, but it's similar to that. So I'm pretty sure they've got quite a few of the inspirations for the new armor sets from League of Legends, because who wouldn't? Let's test out the helmet, which is the immortal ability. So I'm gonna have to go over here and get hit on, get pounded by quite a bit. I'm gonna press it, and I am immortal. Let's get away. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. Okay, that wasn't a good demonstration, but you get the idea. I was on 1 HP for quite a bit. Now let's move over to the final set, which is the cloth set. So the face scale hat. The hyper focus is the skill. Become hyper focused, making all your cast time and channels uninterruptible. Ooh. Okay, this is going to be a really good combo with certain weapon skills. Like if you use this, then the bowcaster's E becomes uninterruptible. Grants immunity to debuff except damage over time effects. So let's equip that. Then there's the face scale robe, wild magic. So I believe this is a twisted fate type ability. Rotate 1 second through 3 different magical effects. Recasting the ability selects the magical effect. The first is Ring of Fire. Create a ring of fire with a 5-meter radius on the ground around you, lasting 3 seconds, sets all enemies touching it aflame, dealing 933 magical damage over 3 seconds. Enemies set aflame will flee from you for 0.75 seconds, mobs flee once. So it has an AoE damage and a fear effect. Not a long-lasting fear, but it's still useful. The second is Storm Shield. Surround yourself with stormy winds, increasing your damage resistances by 83 for 5 seconds. Whenever you take damage, shock the attacker if it's within 12 meters of you, dealing 133 magic damage and stuns for 1 second. Ooh, so if you hit, you get stunned and you get like a good upgraded reflect basically. And the third skill is Frozen Fragments. Summon 5 frozen fragments surrounding you for the next 6.5 seconds. Whenever you deal direct damage, deal an additional 233 magic damage. Frozen Fragments damage does not count as direct damage, decreases the max and current health by 3% for the 5 stacks up to for 5 seconds, stacks up to 5 times, consumes 1 frozen fragment a charge. Okay, so let's equip that. And then finally the face scale candles, which is ethereal form. After 1 second you turn into an ethereal form, becoming untangible, immune to damage and all abilities, and increasing movement speed by 20 while channeling for up to 6 seconds. Each 0.5 seconds channeled costs you 3% of your maximum energy is consumed. Select the Spectre Jacket, and most of the new skills have a percentage of max energy rather than current energy by the looks of things. Every time you pass through an enemy player in ethereal form, your movement speed is increased by 20% for 5 seconds, stacks up to 4 times, so you can get 80% if you go past through them 4 times. It also decreases all damage you deal by and the duration of your crowd control effects by 15%. So we'll equip that. So I don't have a channel weapon that can be interrupted right now, but let's test the animation for hyperfocus. That looks like you're going Super Saiyan, like, ah. Yeah, that looks pretty dope. That's good to know. Oh, impenetrable mists. Healing cost is decreased by 20% and mount health is limited to 1,500. Woo! So it makes it easier to like PvP. So you can demount people and you can fight, and like healers have their potential reduced by 20% when they're casting skills. So that was hyperfocus. Let's do the boots. So we're in an ethereal form, but I can't pass through players, but this is what it looks like. And now if we do the chest plate, let's go with the ring of fire. There you go. So they did get hit and they got feared. Damage was okay. It's like Twisted Fate's ability, and the cooldown is not that bad. Cool, now the cooldown's off. Let's test number 2, which is the lightning one. Now every time they hit me, they get stunned and they get some damage reflected. Finally, the frozen ability. So it summons 5 frost balls, and every time I attack, you can see they hit the enemy, and it's got a debuff on them. Max and current health decreased by 3%. So those were the 3 new armor sets that are coming to Albion Online with the new update. I think they're going to change the meta quite a bit, because quite a few skill combos are going to be really deadly depending on certain weapons that they're using. And I believe the melee class has got a really big buff with the plate armor set, and also the ranged damage dealing class that uses channel abilities will be running the face scale hat, because hyperfocus seems pretty broken in PvP. If you can get your full boltcaster channel off without being interrupted on a cleric cow, on a cleric robe, sorry, that's gonna be pretty OP in damage wise. The downside is though, for the boltcasters, you still can they still can go invisible and cancel the channel that way, so there still is that side. But like the spear, like the spear W, which is called Forest of Spears, I believe that will become uninterruptible, and a few other skills as well. That's pretty much it for this video. If you are looking forward to the next update, don't forget to hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and turn on the notification bell for whenever I release a new Albion Online video. I'm also streaming over on Twitch and aiming for the content creator program, so show me some love and head over to the Twitch channel and give me a follow. As always, see you guys in the next Albion Online video.